I get that comment. You can click through for context. I did a long video a little bit ago about an article by Taylor Lorenz that appears on today's. It was published today, August 27th, 2025, on Wired.com. It's kind of their flagship story right now. The article is entitled, "A Dark Money Group is Secretly," key word there, secretly funding high-profile Democratic influencers. The subtitle is, "An initiative aimed at boosting Democrats online offers influencers up to $8,000 per month to push the Democratic Party line. All they have to do is keep it secret and agree to restrictions on their content." And I just had a long discussion with my brother Falcon about this, and it's just like, I get this part. I get this part. If you want to do this, then do your thing, man. I have absolutely no issue with that whatsoever. The problem that I have with it is the secrecy. Because the main piece of positive feedback that I get consistently over the last 2-3 years from people who follow me is they appreciate my authenticity. They appreciate my openness. They appreciate my honesty in the things that I talk about, whether I'm talking about the news or whether I'm talking about me, if I'm talking about my mental health or something like that. And the secrecy component to this story, I have a major, major problem with. You're signing a contract with a left-wing dark money organization whose funding you don't know where it's coming from, and you are agreeing within a contract to keep that secret from your followers. So when your followers tune into your page and they hear you talking about things, you have agreed in a contract to keep it secret that this left-wing dark money group is paying you $8,000 per month to say what they want you to say to your followers, and you are not disclosing that information to them. That is a massive red flag for me. That is an incredible violation of integrity to me. I've never been a part of this. As far as I know, I've never been approached by these people. I don't know. A lot of those requests come from my brother, but he feels exactly the same way about this stuff that I do. And it's just such an incredible violation of the trust that your followers place in you. If they're coming to you for information, if they're coming to you for opinions, if they're coming to you because they think that you're authentic in all of those things, and you've signed a contract to get paid, but one of the terms of that contract is that you are contractually forbidden from disclosing to your followers that you're getting paid and who is paying you, that's an incredible violation of integrity and trust. Just fucking massive. And like I said, the creators who have gone along with this, they don't know where the funding for these organizations is coming from. And it's an organization named Chorus that is funded in large part by something called the 1630 Fund. This is from an article dated November 17th, 2021 in Politico. Liberal dark money behemoth, the 1630 Fund, funneled more than $400 million into the 2020 election. The 1630 Fund sent cash to groups that aided Democrats' efforts to unseat then-President Donald Trump and Republican Senate majority. That's fine. Where is their money coming from? And in 2025, is any of their money coming from AIPAC? We don't know. It's a nonprofit. The 1630 Fund is a nonprofit and probably doesn't have to disclose its donors. How much of that money is coming from AIPAC? And if you're a creator on the left who cares about what's happening in the Gaza Strip. And now you've signed a contract with Chorus, who gets a lot of their funding from the 1630 fund. Have you agreed to no longer talk about that? The subtitle of this article: an initiative aimed at boosting Democrats online offers influencers up to $8,000 a month to push the Democratic Party line. All they have to do is keep that secret and agree to restrictions on their content. I don't know the answer to that. This is dirty and skeevy and gross because of the secrecy. Because the secrecy is contractual. Because this organization, Chorus, who is funded by the 1630 fund, now gets to place restrictions on your content. What are those restrictions? What are those restrictions that these left-wing content creators have agreed to for $8,000 a month that they're not allowed to talk about? And that they're not allowed to disclose to the people who follow their pages. They're not allowed to disclose to their followers who come to their pages because those followers trust these creators. And this company, Chorus, was apparently using images of content creators in their their pitch deck, their PowerPoint that they would show to people. And they didn't get those creators permission to use their images, their photos of them. Does that sound like an organization that anybody would want to be a part of? I mean, my heart broke when I read this article. I know a lot of the people who are listed in this article, many of them personally. And I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know anything about this until today. And it's also detailed in this article about how this is a way to get around campaign finance laws. You know, here's part of this article that an attorney for Chorus said on a Zoom call. There are some real great advantages to housing this program in a nonprofit, said Graham Wilson, a lawyer working with Chorus, said to creators on a Zoom call that was reviewed by Wired. Quote, it gives us the ability to raise money from donors. It also, with this structure, it avoids a lot of the public disclosure or public disclaimers, paid for by blah, blah, blah that you see on political ads. We don't need to deal with any of that. Your names, creator names, are not showing up on reports filed with the FEC, the Federal Election Commission. How is any of that okay? How is any of that okay? Because you're not telling your followers what you're doing. And it directly relates to you getting paid to create content that this organization has placed restrictions on what you are permitted to talk about. Integrity, gone. 100%. Your integrity is gone. My integrity on this app is all I have. That's it. I'm not getting paid by anybody. I don't take money from any outside group, nor does my brother. We don't take money from any outside organization on either side of the aisle, nor do we take any money from any dark money, anything. Zero. Nothing. And these creators just fucking torched their integrity to the ground by keeping it secret from their followers. Gone.